Welcome back to That's Another Story podcast. I am your host, Lisa Andrews. My topic, or the topic we're discussing today, is monster-in-law. So mother-in-laws from hell. And my guest is...
Amy. So I am daughter-in-law.
I'm mother-in-law from hell. And Amy... obviously is my son Harley's girlfriend, partner, and they have a little baby who probably is the cutest kid in the world, apart from Harley, although Amy she begs to differ.
Yeah, I do, I really do.
But he's amazing. So we're going to discuss, we have actually put a question out on Instagram, and we will keep checking if any of you have answered, because I think this is a really huge topic. Do you?
Yeah, definitely.
And I am monster-in-law from hell, and I own that. Not now, but I can be. And I had a fucking monster-in-law from hell, like badly. Should we talk about me first?
Yeah, I was about to say I've never had one.
No, well, me.
Yeah.
So we're going to take it right back. When...
Yeah, where do you want to start, sorry?
Let's start right at the beginning, as in, I'm going to be real, as usual. I don't like any girls Harley goes out with until I like them, if that makes sense. And I don't like to own that, but I will. I have to suss out everything. And I think Amy knows now, it's because of what we've been through in life, and
yeah.
You get it now.
Yeah,
I'm sure you didn't, did you, in the beginning? Did you think,
I didn't have a clue what was going on.
Did you think, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Could you tell? I was overprotective.
No, do you know what I used to be?
I want to stop 1 minute. What lipstick's that? Why haven't I got that?
Oh, this is just a lip liner with Rhode lip gloss on top. Do you like it?
You didn't get that from me. See this? Cut. No. Yeah, say it.
You know, I used to be a really, really shy person, which I think is like maybe surprising. I don't know, you must see that I have grown, I think.
100%.
Confidence.
I'm going to cut in here. I didn't know she was, and this is ignorance. I would see you on Instagram and promoting, you know, what you do and what you're good at. So when Amy came round ours and she was shy, I took it as rude. I'm just going to be really honest.
Yeah,
didn't
I remember Harley saying, my mum thinks you're rude, and I was like,
yeah.
Oh my god, I was like, shit.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm not.
No, she's not. But what I also forget, our house is a madhouse, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a madhouse, but I think also it's not intimidating, because I wouldn't say it's intimidating now at all, but when I first was talking to Harley, I was very much like, I think because you and him are so close, like you, him, Layla as a unit.
Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, and I was like, oh god, like I felt like this new person coming in, I didn't know where to look. Like I would be the person who would walk along the street looking at the floor. I hate confrontation. I would just be like literally inside myself, like quiet. Unless I know you, then I'm more talkative. But then I think doing what I was doing, I think I just started having to do because I modelled for boutiques, and then I had to start doing TikTok lives. They literally threw me in there. It was like, well, you're the model, you've got to do it. And I was like, okay. So then I'm talking to hundreds of people on a live stream and having to be confident.
Yeah.
And I started that probably just when, but I did do YouTube, but then that's completely different because I'm talking to a camera and not actual people. I'm not getting, not actual people. And I think I've grown from doing that. I've grown in confidence so much. Like I would be the person now to be like, oh fuck it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Whereas before I'd be like,
you'd have stood at the back.
Absolutely not. Like no one look at. I don't want to be a centre of attention. I don't want any. Just let me sit
hide.
here and
let me hide. And I guess, Aim, I'm putting words in your mouth, and I'm guessing Layla's boyfriend Tom felt this. it can't just be one person that likes you. We all three have to like you.
Yeah.
And I'm being honest, it can't be nice, but we are a little bit like that, aren't we?
Yeah, very much so, I think. But then
sorry
everyone.
everyone.
I'm liking that though.
She's come. Oh, I've got to say,
if you don't like the family, we don't like it.
Do you know what Harley said to me the other day? Amy would never have said the C word. And he said, Mum, we've ruined Amy. She throws the C word around like it's nothing.
He used to always say, I've taken this, like, he used to always call me posh, but I'm not posh at all. But he'd be like, I've taken this little posh Balfan girl. And
ruined her. We've ruined her. Sorry, Kathy, that's your mum. We've ruined her. But going back, I remember thinking she was rude. And
I literally remember that day so well because it's mortified me.
Yeah, and I said to Harley, your fucking girlfriend's rude. And he's like, no, she's shy. I said, she's not shy though, is she? And that's me judging on what she does for a living, which I wasn't really, I wasn't a massive social media person. Yeah. I'm not now, but I love it now. But I'm just saying, I was a little bit ignorant. And it wasn't that, oh God, I can't stand that girl. I just said, I think she's rude, Harl. But to me, Harley would go, no, she's not, Mum, don't be a bitch. But then he'll go to her.
Fine about my mum thinks you're fucking rude.
Yeah, Harley.
You need to sort it out, or this isn't going any further.
Yeah, like, but to me, it'd be like, keep your nose out. Poor Harley really is in the middle, isn't he? But that's just me being really honest that I know. Once I thought she was rude, I know I was monster-in-law, and I'm sure Fifi, shut up. Yeah, I know I can be monster-in-law, but then we got over that, didn't we?
Yeah, we were nothing like we are now.
No.
Like we weren't.
But we were
friends.
Civil, more than civil.
Yeah.
It was easy, it was fine, wasn't it? You came and lived here, didn't you?
Yeah.
With Harley, well, out in the pod, and it was just easy. Like, I didn't...
We didn't really cross paths too much, really, did we?
No, because you'd be out there.
I was working, I was out there.
Yeah, and it was fine. But I don't know if I'm trying to be real, because I know there are some real monster-in-laws out there. I'm only half of one. And last year was probably the worst year of all of our lives, wasn't it?
Definitely.
And apart from, I know we got COVID this year, didn't we? It's last year.
No, last year we got COVID.
Oh God. All right, last year and the year before.
Yeah.
Were horrendous for lots and lots of reasons that I won't even go into.
Yeah, more so the year before. Time goes so quick.
Yeah, the year before. And that's really Harley's story. But for all of us, we were living in hell, and that's when, like, she will forever have my support and my love, whatever happens, because, my God, she's earned her stripes. You haven't got to earn your stripes for me to like you, but you've got to remember, I've had to protect Harley with my life from the minute he was in my ovaries. So I'm too much. I admit it. He says you're too much, Mum. I'm too much. But I'm not changing now. But now I couldn't be more grateful for Harley having a girlfriend like Amy, because you're chilled as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
We're all mental.
Yeah.
Layla's not.
No, Layla's not.
You're probably more like Layla, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, me and Layla are very similar.
Yeah. And thank God. Because me and Harley are mental. So yeah, we've come to a place, and I think I'm a little bit like that in life anyway. I don't really trust anyone anymore, just because of what's happened in my life. And I've been too trusting, but yeah, she's earned her stripes and more. And she's also given us the cutest kid.
Yeah, true.
Second cutest kid in the world. Sorry, Layla, but you were an ugly baby. She killed me. Harley was just... Layla is the most beautiful thing.
She's a joke now.
Oh, she's
actually a joke.
Naturally, never had a
like,
finger.
What happened? Because when I first came into the family, She was like just this young teenager. She used to watch me on YouTube.
Yeah.
And she had braces, and she was, and then literally, I swear it's been like a year, but it hasn't. But it feels like that. And all of a sudden, she's this. I always say she's tall, but she's actually not.
No,
but
she's not. She's taller than us.
She's just. I always say she's like 5'7", slim, tanned, beautiful, long hair, gorgeous smile, dresses well, and I'm just like you're a full-on woman. Like, what happened?
Where did you come from?
And now I look like the piece of shit. I'm like, hang on.
You don't, but who does Layla think she is?
I know. Like, I don't want to go. She's like, do you want to go out? Not really, not with you, hon. I'm like, I don't want to go out with you.
Oh no, but she loves you, doesn't she?
She is just unreal.
Yeah, she is.
She's
so
blossomed in such.
And you and her are similar in lots of ways, aren't you? You're more chilled, where you two probably quite like spending a day together without me and Harley, I'm guessing.
No, I like your company.
Do you?
Yeah. I think you're hilarious.
Me a bit much.
No. Like, I think, no, days out with Harley.
Harley's another story.
If he's in one of his one of his ADHD moods where his whole face changes.
Yeah.
He'll go out the room and come back in and be like, oh, did you say you were tired? Oh, let me just look at your foot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, go away.
No.
Like, and he's just the biggest wind up you have ever met.
The other day he came round, didn't he?
And he thought Layla was in bed.
He thought Layla was in bed, so he's like that, coming round to annoy Layla. I said, she's not here. So instead, he went and rubbed. Am I even allowed to tell people that? Because, well, we get arrested. Videoed it and sent it to her. Which is
that video here? No,
why is he even your boyfriend?
I
actually don't know.
It makes me laugh so much.
But so your boyfriend or a relationship before Harley, did you get on with their mums?
Yeah.
So it's just me. It's just me.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you lived out in the pod, didn't you, with Harley?
Yeah.
And it was just fine. It was nothing. I wouldn't have gone out and said to Amy, do you want to go shopping? And she wouldn't have come and asked me that. Not that it was.
I do remember one time, it was a weekend, and I was in the pod. Harley had gone out. I don't know where he'd gone. Harley had gone out, and I was in the pod, and you had your friends over, and you texted me. You was like, "Do you want to come over for pizza?"
JD and Josie.
Yeah, and I was like, anxiety. Like, I was like, "Oh my god, I have to go." But what am I going?
Can't say no.
What am I even going to talk about?
Imagine if you said no. I'd have messaged Harley, rude bitch.
Like, I was like, "Oh my god, is this like?" Does this mean she likes me? Like, I don't know.
Am I accepted? Is that what you felt like?
Yeah, I was so anxious. I was like, hello? I remember coming over.
But they're lovely girls as well, aren't they? Like, they're the nicest sisters, aren't they? Layla was here, wasn't she?
Yeah, Layla was here.
And we actually had a nice night, didn't we?
Yeah.
Did you feel then I'm accepted?
No, I did. I felt more accepted, and I felt more like, oh, okay, like maybe she can see that I'm not rude. Blah, blah, blah. I am just a nice girl.
Yeah, I do remember that. Then I remember another conversation. You got me coffee.
That was scary. So I knew that Lisa's coffee is a latte, extra hot, oat milk. And
anyone wants to send vouchers.
Everyone wants to send a voucher.
Yeah, I'm happy to take it.
You might actually get some.
Please. I love a coffee.
Really, quite thirsty. So yeah, I went and bought some coffees, and I came here and I said to Harley, I was like, right, I'm going to go and talk to your mum, because I want to squash this situation. Because I'm guessing, Harley must have felt awkward. It wasn't ever like, we never had an argument, we never had anything. It was just, there was just like this... A barrier. It was just a weird vibe. And oh my god, I remember like the anxiety, the sweat, the dry mouth, like coming.
you?
Yeah, I could not do confrontation at all.
I'd been ill as well, hadn't I?
Yeah.
I'd been ill, which is...
So I didn't actually even see... That's probably why I didn't even see you much.
Yeah, you didn't. I'd been really
didn't
ill.
get out of bed, really,
No,
did you?
I had PTSD, but that really is another story, which we will cover.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, just so you know, I'd been very ill. I hadn't socialised, and you came round with coffee.
Yeah, and I don't even know what I was aiming to get from that, but I remember sitting down at the dining table and being... I don't know what I said to you. I was like, I just thought I wanted to talk to you. Because Harley said that you thought I was rude, and I don't even know what we spoke about.
I remember...
I don't know how that was left. I think Harley eventually came home, and then it was like, and then I went out to the pod with him.
He did come home, and I remember having a conversation with you and saying, and this isn't to, this doesn't take anything off of me being... I remember saying to you, that's my son, I don't trust anyone.
Yeah.
And I remember saying that, which isn't great, really, but I was just honest with you, wasn't I? What I wanted to actually say to her was, it's not personally at you, but until I know, and I shouldn't have done that, as in with any girlfriend, or because they do have to find their own way. If you did turn out to be not a nice girl, really he's got to find that out for himself. But I was just wrapping him in cotton wool all the time, wasn't I? And I know I go back to, but it does go back to when I've spoke and had therapy and things like that. They say I smother my kids because it goes back to trauma of being pregnant, trauma of having him, and being scared of what would happen. So not sitting there trying to make excuses. I can be a fucking bitch, but a lot of my thing, especially with Harley, and that doesn't mean I love my kids equally.
Oh, let's not get into that.
No, because they think, but I probably love Layla more now. No, I love my kids equally, but Harley I've had to protect from day one.
Yeah.
So I still do it. Like when he fights Joe Laws, you better be ready for me to jump on your back. Not really. No, but it is just something. And I think it's mums and boys a little bit.
So I've got it to come.
Yes, because when I speak to people with young, like Kobe's age, and their boys, most of them go, no one's good enough for my... And it is something mums say about their boys.
Here's me. I've given Kobe about 4 girlfriends.
Yeah, but I correct you, don't
Yeah.
I? I go, I don't know, I'm not sure about this one. Poor little thing's only 6 weeks old. I'm not sure. But I have
got about 10 girlfriends now.
Yeah, I do think it's a mum and boy thing. Although, when Tom's been a little shit with Layla, I've had to tell him about himself as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just a mum thing. It is just a mum thing. And then, we just plodded along, didn't we? And then I think Harley was fighting in Dubai, and we all flew out. You flew out with my mum, didn't you?
Yeah.
I flew out with Harley.
But before that, when was this? Just before, so basically whenever I would come round, Harley would answer the door. So it meant I didn't have to interact, we didn't have to interact.
Right.
Harley would answer, that wasn't me, I didn't ask him to do that.
No, that was Harley.
Yeah, that was just Harley trying to, like, whatever. And then I remember and I was like, I'm pulling up in 2 minutes. And he said, okay, just knock. And I was like, what?
Yeah, you were
like, what, just knock? Like,
where were you living? Out the back?
no, I was back home. This was when my mum was sick.
Right.
And I think that was like one of the first times that he then spoke to me.
Did you go home? You did, didn't you?
Yeah, but I was back home at this point.
Right, okay.
And yeah, because me and Harley, we moved out, then we moved to the pod.
Back, didn't you?
Then we moved out. Then we moved separate. I went home.
He came here.
Then and then we moved where we are now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And during that time, my mum got unwell, and then that was the time, and I knocked, and I was like, oh my god. And I remember ringing my friend, and I was like, Harley's just told me to knock. Like I don't know who's going to answer. I don't know who's at home. Like, I've got anxiety. They're like, Amy, breathe. It's time.
Knock the door.
So I got up and I knocked, and you answered the door, and you was like, oh, and you were fine. And I was like, you were like, come in, sorry, I'm just cleaning, whatever. And I think you hugged me.
Did I? What for?
I'm pretty sure you said, I'm so sorry to hear about your mum, and you gave me a hug.
Oh, I remember that. I do remember that.
But then we were still not, I mean, we'd spoken, we were more civil, and then I went out to the pod, and I think Harley was like, did you see Mum? I was like, yeah, we spoke. And he was like, okay.
So you will probably remember, and
I don't remember more.
I do remember your mum being poorly, and I do remember speaking to you about that, but you probably remember more than me because you're the younger one that's getting it in the neck. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just being my usual...
In your family, and I was stepping into it,
yeah. So, not that excuses anything, but I'm just saying, you'll remember little bits that I will have to go when you say it, oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember Harley was fighting. I flew out there with Harley.
Yeah,
fighting. Did I fly out with Layla as well? Yeah.
No, I did. Me and...
I thought you flew with just my mum.
No, that was the second time. No, we all flew together. We've got a picture of all of us in a row. We did shots at the airport. We all flew together.
This is the first time?
Yeah. Second time I flew with just your mum.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Harley obviously got a fight in Dubai, and I'm thinking, shit, right, well, I'm obviously got to go to the fight to support him. Like, I would not have been there. None of my family are going to come to Dubai, which means I'm only going to have you guys.
Yeah.
And we still then weren't like buddy.
Normal.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh God, like, well.
Were you and Layla close then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Layla.
Because I remember that. Yeah. Yeah. And then what?
So then we all went to Dubai, we went together. That was fine. Airport, all of that was fine.
All fine,
yeah,
isn't it?
All fine. And then we had that drunken day at the pool.
Oh, Amy got drunk. We all got drunk.
We all got drunk.
We all did these drinks around the pool and got so drunk in the sun, and you fell over, didn't you?
Yeah, they just kept bringing them, and then they gave us stuff for free because they were like, "Yous are brilliant."
Entertainment. We were the entertainment. We're lucky to have not got arrested.
I got out the pool and I was like, I'm just going to go to the toilet. And you said, dance.
Layla went with you.
Yeah,
and
Layla
I said,
went
dance.
Dance the whole way there, around the pool with everyone there. So, of course, I'm like, must make Lisa like me. I'm going to dance. So I danced my way down the pool and I just slipped and went straight over.
She went smack, like she just disappeared. There was a wall, wasn't there? She just disappeared. Layla wet herself.
Literally. Oh, it was so funny.
Layla wet herself. We actually had a nice time then, didn't we? The outcome of the fight and what happened there is another story, but nothing went to plan, did it?
No.
But then we flew home, and then...
I feel like the rest has been history.
Yeah, it's just been normal since then, hasn't it? Like, there's not been anything. We did have one row. Harley decided to breed his... Well, you as well. I blame you to breed
I did not want Kenya to have babies, but I would protect and do anything for Kenya to be okay.
Basically, I had 2 XL bullies in my house, and they gave birth to 13 puppies. In my house, here, in this lounge.
In the lap.
In my lap. It was the most traumatic experience of my whole frigging life.
That was...
Like, it's one of them, it's bittersweet. Like, I'm glad I've experienced it because it's very emotional.
Yeah.
But the pressure of birthing an XL bully
God.
is not even funny. And we were under it, weren't we, Amy? Harley says now, oh, what we went through. Me and Amy just do this. Didn't do one thing.
Anything.
He spent the whole time asleep.
Yeah, literally.
Or going out because he couldn't cope.
Yeah, he was like, oh, no. Meanwhile, I've got my whole arm inside Kenyon's vagina.
Oh, it's awful.
I was instructed to do that.
Do you know
I was like...
Harley's going to pull us up on this. He did try and resuscitate one of the puppies, and Mitch came and operated on him. Do you remember?
Oh, what, that one, yeah.
Yeah, and we had to watch him, and Harley, it was the first time I've actually seen him step up. Sadly, we lost that puppy, but he did actually. But he'll never let us forget that. We done the rest, didn't we?
Yeah.
Like
I had to suck mucus out of their lungs from my mouth.
Yeah.
Because the sucky thing wasn't strong enough.
Oh, it was awful. I felt like Cruella de Vil. I was counting puppies in my sleep, and there were 14. Like, I'd go,
we
right.
had a mattress next, so we had the pen, then we had the mattress next to it, so we'd take turns like in shifts. And it would be my turn to, because Harley would go in the bed upstairs, and when you would sleep, you'd go in the bed upstairs. But because Kenya was like she was my favourite, and I was probably her favourite, she was letting me go closer and do certain things that maybe she wasn't happy with other people doing, and then you just didn't feel comfortable anyway, did you?
She? No.
And so when Lisa was on shift, I'm laying on the mattress, and I can just hear her going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 9 puppies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Oh, it was
no, it's
awful.
too many. 1, 2, and I'll be like, are you okay?
No, and I'd be like, no, because I knew it'd be my luck that I kept accumulating an extra puppy. I was clearly counting some of them. I was seeing double, but that was so. And I think we had a row then, which was tiredness and just mental exhaustion. But that after that, it's all been fine, hasn't it?
Yeah, I can't really think of anything.
No, I can't. Nothing comes in my mind where.
Probably get along with you better than I get along with Harley now.
Yeah, and I sometimes I think, oh God. In fact, the other day, Amy rang me up. No, I rang Amy's phone, and Harley come on Amy's phone, and he said he was moaning about something as usual, and as he walked off, I went to Amy. Oh, he's. Oh, no, I think.
And you just went, oh fucking hell.
Fucking hell. To her, as if to say, God. And he heard.
He come back charging in. He went, I was like,
I heard that. Why are you saying that to Amy? So we actually now have got this, you know, we don't even have to say, it's just this look, and we know, oh, here he goes, he's on one. But I am grateful that you've taken him on. I'm not so grateful that you haven't taken him on 100%.
I don't think I ever will.
And I've still got probably, I don't know what percent I've still got.
At least 25.
Yeah.
I might have to up it.
I'm going to say 40.
You can have 60.
No, I don't want it.
65.
I've got 40% still of him, because he is just that way where the women in his life, he has to surround himself with them, doesn't he?
And that's fine with me.
Yeah.
I think having 60% is too much.
No, but I don't. You should really be on 95. But now you've got Kobe, I understand.
Yeah.
And I do see little traits of Harley and Kobe, which I know she can't bear, but I see them done
I don't
it
want to know.
and worn the t-shirt, and I see them. It's the eyes. It's all in the eyes.
He's just the cutest.
Cutest.
Oh,
I think we need to show a little picture of Kobe, don't we?
I will. I'll put in a 3-minute montage.
Collage.
How do I dare pick one picture that's the
of that
cutest?
child. And I'll put them in of Harley going, oh no, look at Harley.
Harley was a cute baby, but I don't know if it is just because he's mine or...
No.
I don't... No, everybody tells me how beautiful and perfect he is.
He is.
So.
He is. But I did get that with Harley.
No, you're remembering it wrong.
Like, and bear in mind, Kobe's my grandson. I love him so much. But I'm going to say, they're as cute as each other. I can't. I mean, he melts my heart. Do you know what it is? When she comes around and I have Kobe, it's like holding Harley again. Like, it's, when I look down and all you can see are these great big eyes, it's like holding Harley again. It's very weird.
Yeah.
Very
He
weird.
has got like Disney eyes.
So cute. He's so cute. Well, I didn't get on with Layla's dad's mum. I think I've told you some of the things.
Yeah, you might have, but my brain's like...
Hell. Absolute hell. Hated me from day one. And I mean, I am quite friendly when you meet me, aren't I? Like, I'm not everyone's cup of tea for anything, but I knew why she didn't like me. Because I already had a child. And I knew that, and I was older than her son. And some of viewers might be at home thinking, well, I wouldn't really want that. And I get it, and don't get it, but I get it. But she instantly looked down her nose at me because I already had a child. And I remember saying to me, why did you keep it then? And I actually thought, wow, I don't know you. It wasn't even like a conversation down the line where you go, well, what did happen? Actually, my first meal with his mum, she asked me why I didn't have an abortion. It was like, sorry, what? And I knew then we were never ever going to get on, and we never did. Like, not even over time. We would have the odd conversation, but even now, she treats my daughter appallingly. She's never been a nan at all.
Yeah.
But let me just give you examples of some of the things that she would do that made me think, oh my God. Like, we would go, I remember taking, all of us went to see a show, and Layla was like a year old. Layla was a really good baby, so Harley was 8. And we went to see Lion King. Me, Layla's dad, my 2 kids and my mum. And Layla was probably a bit young to take, but she was so good. And she sat still and watched and giggled and had the best time up until 15 minutes before the end of the show. And then she got fidgety, so I took her out. I went out, got her some sweets or whatever, and went outside with her. When we went for something to eat afterwards, the mum went, my kids would never have done that. I said, sorry, never have done what?
How old was she?
1.
I couldn't imagine Kobe.
No, that's how good she was.
Yeah.
And I said, never have done what? Like, started fidgeting and ruining the end of that. Ruining the end. This is your granddaughter who sat there. But do you know what it was? It was just me. It was because it was me. Like, everything I done was wrong. And that, to me, is a monster in law. She's absolutely awful. But that is what it is. Do you know what? As you're sitting there talking, I'm actually thinking, okay, so there's monster-in-law, but there must be father monster-in-laws. So that's fonster-in-law.
There must be.
No, but there must be.
Harley.
Yeah, well, this is what I was going to say. Harley with Layla is like the awful father that you don't want. Do you get what I mean? It's a different dynamics. The girl with her dad and her boyfriend.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing you do get dads that are like that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Harley is ridiculous, isn't
it? Poor Tom. Luckily they're friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were actually friends before, weren't
Before.
they?
So that made it easier. And Harley knew that Tom was a good boy, didn't he? And I remember saying, oh, Tom likes Layla, and he was like...
I remember that at that. Whose fight was that? Jordan's?
Yeah.
Jordan's fight.
Yeah.
And Tom kept coming around us, and we were like...
Harley, I remember Harley saying we were at Jordan Perkis' fight, and Harley was over there with all the boys and Tom, and all the girls were together, and he said, Tom kept saying, shouldn't we check on your mum? Harley's like, no, mate, she's all right. We don't need to. We better just go and check that, you know, she's all right. He didn't want to check on me. He couldn't care less. It was Layla. And then Harley said, oh, now I know why I kept wanting to check on my mum, which she had no interest to see if I was all right at all. But I remember when Harley had to accept that Layla was getting older.
Oh.
Just getting older, and that boys now liked her. But she does feel sorry for Amy being with Harley, doesn't she?
Yeah, she says it all the time.
Because do we get sister-in-laws from hell? Yes, we do.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yes.
Yeah, because when things weren't good with me and you,
yeah,
I lost Layla too.
Yes, because we comes a package. Sorry.
Yeah.
But we're like, but I got married really young, and he had 2 sisters. My God, and the problem was, he had money. Not like low, but he did have money. And I think he used to treat his sisters quite a lot. And when I come along, they were really worried that
they weren't going to get treated anymore.
They weren't going to get treated, yeah. And he did, but he also treated me. But I remember, and I was young, I was 18, and I remember them once seeing that I had a necklace on. He bought us you know them necklaces that are 2 coins, 1 coin, and you break it in half and one gets one half. Well, they were quite cool when I was young, and he bought us one, and it was quite an expensive one. He bought it in Abu Dhabi, and I remember we went out and we had our necklace on, and we bumped into his sisters, and one of the sisters clocked the necklaces, and she was like, oh, was that for you? And I thought, well, there's 2 of you. What was he going to do? Like, and it was just really awkward that I was like, oh yeah, it was. And if he bought anything, they would think it was for them, or even if he bought me flowers, they would be like, oh, you've got flowers, where's ours? And it was constant. Not when I very first met him, no. And they were older than me. But it was a thing. I actually got on with them in the end. But in the beginning, it was very, very awkward. And if he bought me anything, the whole mood would change.
So strange.
The whole mood it would just be like, whoa. So yeah, there is sister-in-laws from hell, mother-in-laws from hell, father-in-laws from hell. Is there brother-in-laws from hell? Did your brother like Harley?
Yeah.
So you haven't come across that. I'm trying to think if Harley's had any girlfriends that the brothers haven't liked him. I don't think. Harley's very polite, isn't he? Very.
He is.
When he meets family and that, he's very endearing and
he listens
polite.
to, like, my family love to talk stories. Like, him and Graham can just sit and talk and talk.
And that's lovely, because Harley hasn't had a father figure, as we know. He had my dad till he was 14, but my dad died, so there's not been a male figure. So that's, I don't mean that's why, but that is nice.
Yeah,
for
no,
Harley.
it's nice that they get along.
Yeah, that they get along. But your brothers didn't mind him. I'm trying to think if I know any. I'm sure brothers are a nightmare.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think. It probably applies to everything.
Yeah, it must all across the board. Yeah, and what I have learned, and I think we all still do it. We're all guilty of it. You know, when you have a row with your partner, and you tell your mum what he's done or what she's done, but then 2 hours later you 2 are fine, but mum or dad or still want to kill that person, don't they?
Yeah.
Have you learnt that, to keep lots to yourself?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Although I'll ring and tell you now.
Yeah, tell me and I go, oh, Jesus Christ. But do you know what I say? You wanted him, Amy. Don't I? I go, no, Amy, it's your responsibility now. But yeah, we can have that conversation. But I remember, like, my mum really didn't like Layla's dad. She's mother-in-law. She was very, very good to him. Very, you know how kind my mum is. Very good to him. But from the day she met him, she'll say it, won't she?
Yeah.
She didn't like him. She knew.
She does. I feel like she knows straight away. She likes them or she doesn't.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah.
Like don't get me wrong, she'll get along with people for the sake
Yeah.
of it. But then when something does happen, she goes, "I told you guys I never really liked them," and you're like, "Oh shit, you did."
She
say
did.
that.
She did, and she did not. She did not like Layla's dad at all, and she was right. I hate to say. They say mums are always right, don't they? I don't think they are always.
Yeah.
Did your mum like Harley straight away?
Yeah.
Did she like your boyfriend before straight away?
Yeah. She's
never not liked
No.
a boyfriend.
No, she used to always ask me whenever me and Harley were first talking. If I was going, I'd be like, "Mum, I'm just going out. I'll be back." She goes, "Where are you going?" And I'm like, "Out with Harley." She goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, I knew that. I could tell by your face."
Could tell.
Like she just knew. She was like, "I can tell where you're going.
Yeah.
Look at you."
Yeah. Done up to the nines and grinning from ear to ear. Layla's only had 2 boyfriends, and if I'm honest, I really liked her first boyfriend until I didn't.
Yeah.
You know, the minute someone does something wrong to your child, you can't help it. But I did. She's only had 2 boyfriends, and I love Tom. I could strangle Tom sometimes, but I do love him. Tom
Is just
Tom.
Tom.
Tom's just out there on his own, isn't he? Like, he's very similar to Harley in...
Yeah, in certain ways.
Yeah, certain ways. He's not like Harley, but they've got similar
If
traits.
Harley heard you say that, it'd be like, as if you've just compared me.
Yeah, but I think he'll get some of it. Layla gets it.
Yeah.
She'll say, you're just like Harley, fuck off. But Tom's a nice boy, and I'm glad. And I know every mum worries about, you know, like, Tom's a boxer, by the way, and I'm glad that he doesn't do drugs, that he, do you know what I mean? That he's
sensible.
He is sensible. Layla's definitely
Sensible.
more sensible than him.
Oh god, yeah.
Like,
Oh god, yeah.
Tommy's a little biscuit short of a packet, and is that the right way round? Or a packet short of a biscuit?
I don't know.
But he is, isn't he?
Yeah.
And Layla's like sensible one.
What is it? There's so many things where there's so many things. I wish I could think. My brain, since I'm a baby, is actually not even there.
Yes.
So many things where we've been like, "What, Tom? How did you not?"
Yeah.
Or,
What did he do?
there was something to do with Kobe, and I can't think what it was. And you're like, "Oh, he's da da da," and you're like, "Did you just
Yeah.
like, you know?" And you're like, "Did you really just think that?" And
Think
it's
that.
like,
No,
yeah.
there was something recently.
oh, that's gonna really annoy me. There's so many things though. He literally lives on his own land,
Yeah,
his
he
own
does.
planet.
He does. And he's really like an old man sometimes, and another time he's really childlike, isn't he?
Yeah,
But then that's Harley, isn't it?
yeah.
Was Harley
Harley's-
ever like an old man? Harley's so childish.
Harley is like an old man. Like he loves his routine, likes to sit down.
Yeah.
sit
Yeah, he
down on
does.
his
He's
sofa,
quite.
eat his dinner watching TV.
Yeah. But he's so childish, isn't he?
Yeah. The most childish person.
Like, we all do everything for him, don't we?
Yeah.
Still.
I hate to admit it, yeah.
Yeah. Like, if I'm not doing it, she's doing it. If she's not doing it, I'm doing it. If I'm not doing it, my mum's doing it. And if my mum's not doing it, Layla's doing it.
Yeah.
Like, there are 4 women.
He's lucky that he's been surrounded by so many women.
Yeah. And that he has just been surrounded by women doing everything for him. So it's our own fault.
And he
really,
lives
isn't
a
it?
lovely life of Friday, really,
Yeah.
isn't it?
But do you know the funny thing? It's going to be the same for Kobe. Sorry. Like,
No, I'm going to get him doing chores. You know, he's obsessed with my Hoover. Obsessed with it. When I'm hoovering, he calls around, like, following me. There is a Henry Hoover on Amazon.
oh yeah, kids one.
And it actually sucks up. Actually
You're
sucks
getting
up. Yeah, so when he's walking, best believe, he's
He'll
getting
be
a Henry
hoovering.
Hoover and he can follow me around and actually, you know, pull his weight.
Yeah. Because this is a completely different subject, but I'm going to bring it up. I've got a choking phobia. Really, really bad. Like, it is a phobia. But so's Harley. Obviously, I've instilled that in Harley. And I probably liquidised my kids' food until they were 17. Like, even now, Layla or Harley will say, "Mum, you've cut my grapes into 7 pieces, because like, it's a genuine phobia, and Harley's got it, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And it's awful because when Amy feeds Kobe, he either walks out, doesn't he, or has a
Yeah, he'll
fit.
always have something to say.
Yeah, because we're all, and when she come around the other day, I actually said when I have him, he'll have petit pois yogurts and a bottle, even if he's 14, because I can't. No, it's a real thing though.
Well, we do actually have this life back, which is actually it's like a suction mask that you put over the face, push it, and it literally dislodges.
That's so good. Like, we didn't have any of that
No.
and Harley did choke when he was young. I choked when I was young.
I choked on I wasn't that young. I wasn't like a baby. I must have been like 8 or maybe even older than that. You know those sweets? God, they were so nice. I don't even think they sell them anymore. They were like red and white swirl, like cream and strawberries.
They do still sell
hard
them.
boiled.
Yeah.
And I was sitting on the computer and it got like went down my throat and got stuck, and I literally ran to my mum and I was like, and then my dad literally grabbed me and my mum actually caught the sweet.
Oh
It was like out of film, but I actually was choking. Well, I wasn't even choking. I wasn't making a sound.
We will be back with some more shenanigans, I'm sure, won't we, Amy?
Yeah.
Because life is never ending in this household. There'll always be a story. There'll always be something. Thank you
Very
for joining
welcome.
me today, and thank God I now like you.
It's
Thank the
strange
Lord.
being this side of the camera.
Yeah, because Amy, actually, I'm going to plug you while we're here. Amy designed this for me. Amy does the editing and filming. So
Something wrong.
she is normally over there.
Yeah.
But today she's here. So thank you for coming this side. And I actually do believe you will be back.
Yeah, I will be back. Let us know what you want us to
And
talk
go and
about.
follow Amy, because Amy, you're forever talking about life, aren't you? And
Yeah, mainly on TikTok. I don't really do Instagram, but TikTok.
so
I do have a YouTube, but I don't really post on there. I want to get back to it, but
I think we should do a family YouTube,
yeah.
like the
We
crazy
should just
household.
do like a goggle box.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know the thing is though? You need like a camera on. We need
At all
secret
times.
cameras, yeah, because stuff will happen, and I think, oh
Right,
my
Harley
God.
doesn't watch these podcasts, by the way. He will dip in and out. Let's do that. Let's put a camera in my lounge. Not tell anyone. Can we?
Yeah, but it's got to be rolling the whole
Yeah,
time.
and we just leave it on.
How do we do that? Because it'll run out of battery.
Well, I'll have to charge it. There must be a way. Right, we're
Oh,
going to look into
I
that. We're going to look into that. Thank you for joining us today at That's
Very
Another
welcome.
Story.
Oh,
Thanks,
that's
no, not
me.
you, Aim. I'm talking to these lovely people. And thank you for joining That's Another Story. That's Another Story podcast. I'm your host, Lisa Andrews.
And I'm Amy.
She's Amy. Thank you. See you next week.
Bye.